Hello and welcome back to Trogdonia. I am your host, Derek
No,
Trogdon,
just leave me alone.
and we are about to talk to Higgins, who is very concerned about our existing and not existing. As far as he's concerned, we do not exist. But I assure you, we do.
Get away!
I'm just going to take this because I don't want you having sharp or heavy objects near you, because you seem to be having a problem.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot! Scram!
Calm down. Actually, sneak is just a really good option. I'm going to go with that. I wasn't trying to startle you. Most people don't see me coming.
Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're not imagining. Slow down, tell me what's going on. You're eating sprats?
Of course. Sprats are an excellent source for my daily recommended intake of mercury. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Uh-huh. How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
Oh, he's in Imagination Land. You were an engineer?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
Interesting. If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Persuade. I can deal with mechanicals. I made it this far out. There, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Ooh, smart. Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic model. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
Indeed.
There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Oh, nice. I wanted to ask you something.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed? That's horrible. How could this have happened?
You mean why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
You're lucky.
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded.
I should go. Alright. It'll probably break free soon. Oh. Hello. I found it. The frightened... Inventory. Engineer Volume 3. Alright. Now let's finish up this mission, shall we? Modify the behavior. Define intruders. And that should take care of it. Alright. Now where is the control for that? Alright. $70 meters that way. Let's see. 61 meters.
Processing. We made it!
Where did you come from, little guy?
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow, she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
I should run back to town and get the book first to get the special reward from the engineer guy. But this is important. This plant status. Used by Spacer's Choice. Plant operating at 22% efficiency. Power is currently being distributed to Edgewater Saltina Canada and Botanical Laboratory. Always tricky, always tricky. Dang it, I need some time to think. Gotta head back to town and see if I can find the other journal. Do some things before I fix it permanently. Thankfully, this is all set up to work real fast. Alright. I also haven't finished the Gravedigger quest yet. Didn't quite mean to skip so far ahead of things. Alright, I'm gonna go back, talk to the guy, find the engineering codex. I could fast travel. That would speed things up quite a bit. There was a building I couldn't get through over here. Alright. Might need to make these episodes longer. Ooh. Really can't do that. Gotta break it up in the 20-minute range.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm...
Oh.
Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile. There a reason you're running around outfitted like one of those monsters? Did Mr. Thompson send you to put the fear in me? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Take it easy. Didn't send me.
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
So you're...
What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Knows what?
I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
Sorry to hear about that.
You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that.
Eek.
I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Not so fast.
I'll do what I can. I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
Madness.
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough. You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand. I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly. So you'll do it then?
Already did.
You been there already? And you ain't been ground down into marauder meat? Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting. Haven't decided? I hired you. The nature of your employment requires you to deliver in my hand some genuine anthracillin.
Now he's the one that came to me with it. Screw it. You obviously need this.
Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit's always the best. Scratched together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got.
This is your choice. Risked my life to save you.
You're wringing the blood out of me. Here, you can have whatever's in my pockets.
Alright. Well, that worked out. Perks. Yes. So upgrading this section a lot. Let's see what the tannery has to say about things.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your business. You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself. What happened, you ask?
Yep.
What always
Go with
happens when you're
adoptions.
dreaming. I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work.
Questions
So
are
I did the right
word.
thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G?
Asking questions is the foundation of science. The best scientists ask too many questions. Very true.
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful. They did.
Sounds like Space
They
took
gave me a
care of you.
life. Gave me a purpose. This is where I belong.
You've been scrubbing dishes all your life?
What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
Thanks for the story.
Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours. So, what's your story? What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo. You're one of
I
those
don't work for any
freelancers
company.
then? Running about Halcyon, selling off your loyalties to the highest bidder? Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Sounds like you'll need it.
Let's see. What if I told you I just got shot into space by a crazy scientist?
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
Which,
Most folk forget where they're standing after a few drinks. Seems to me you've got a head start. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
it almost sounds like you're afraid to go outside.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
I imagine you want to get out of town, what with the plague and all.
Keep it down, will you? We don't talk about the PLAYGE. Not here. And if you're smart, you won't mention it anywhere. I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
Alright. Got a ton of experience for that. I'm almost in my next level from the looks of it. Now I'll be able to upgrade hacking yet again.
Another day at the cannery.
Don't go knocking your work.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Oh, Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident. Ask her if you care. I'm running a business here.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Music to my ears.
Oh, there's a heavy weapon. Well, within purchase range. Sell all junk, yes. Ooh, I like the... Yeah. That's well worth the price they're asking. Or is that as insane? Oh, nice. That's nice. Ooh, highly expensive. No chance I could afford that. Okay, I'll purchase you. Okay. Stuff that. Oh, boy, yeah, that'll get the job done. Alright, I think I'm gonna check out the tannery for that book. Pass in those two things, get something nice for my efforts.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, tender busy. Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family.
I thought you said he was closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Yeah, siding with the other team. You can't be serious.
I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
You know what? I'm going to do it to take a swipe out of Spacer's Choice and save these people. Oh, closing doors. You are a problem, madam. Where were you raised? Amongst the thieves of the universe, I will say. Owing to your hard work and positive attitude, I have sanctioned your access to medical treatment in the event of contagion. As you know, the company has not provided us with enough medicine to treat every worker. I wish I could treat every member of the Spacer's Choice family who fell ill of this plague, but I cannot. Medical privileges are strictly merit-based. Please do not, under any circumstance, distribute your ration of medication to any other worker. We're all in this together. Personal files. Oh. Bypass. Tenderfoot. Continue. Theodore buried last night. Reed asked me not to report the death in our quarterly. Sounds fair to me. Was asked to prepare a statement or something for the other workers. Been thinking about it and want know what to tell them. Don't end up like Theodore. Do your work, show up, wear a smile, and you'll get your medical privilege. It's a start. You've been opening doors when there are security people around. This is a problem. I'm also looking. Get in. Come on. No. In. Stay. Figure out. Terminal access, company notifications. Continue. From the office of Reed Thompson, whose infection have now reached a critical mass. I have instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is really reality of a life on the frontier, and as spacers we are expected to face up to reality. And the reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right. You must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. If you find yourself suffering symptoms of incipient plague, the best thing you can do for yourself and for your family is to donate your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit. Physical ailments, spiritual weakness. You saw nothing, and stop opening the door. Oh, that's an interesting location. Worth it. Kick me. Alright, now there is fall damage, so I do need to avoid that. Oh, hello. Bell is powered by Spacer's Choice Government Facility. Spacer's Choice is proud of bringing colonists innovative technology at a reasonable price. That's the best you can afford. Disengage power regulator? I think that's a good way to start the war. Oh, interesting. Quiet like. saving. Oh wait, where's the timer? The timer did not go. Okay, I'm gonna have to call this an episode, and I'll see y'all next time. Alright, have fun, and bye.